Alright, so howdy, this is PaleRider, and welcome to my stream. I'm back with Horizon Zero Dawn. And why is there wind in this place? It's frost, and it's moving. The frost should just kind of be stable, unless there's a good cross breeze going somewhere. Not stable, but stationary, I mean. Anyway, I think this might be, I don't know, I haven't looked it up or anything, but this could be the last main mission. I still have the DLC to do after this, though, but or there might be a couple smaller missions afterwards. That's the security hatch. So I just actually came in here when I stopped the other night. Power status on. What else is around here? Oh, you know what? When I was here last time, there was also a couple data points here. Let me do those from the beginning. This one was the first one. Okay. Another incident. Lounge staff, 2 admin. Another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serves on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example, staff or security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists. They messing with embryos? Probably because she's like a clone. So at the beginning of the game, okay, so for those who, hey Blue Jay, what's up? How you doing tonight? Anyway, so for those who don't know what the main story is here, this is a world that's in the future, way in the future, probably a couple thousand years or more, and something bad happened in 2064 or 65, and up to that point they were making a bunch of machines, and they were getting the machines to do domestic stuff for them at first, and then they decided they'd use them for war. They started making war machines, and then somehow the machines started, well, they actually made machines that would repair the machines in the field, kind of like medics. And they gave them the ability to heal themselves by consuming biomass, which means living things. It's like anything that's alive, plants, animals, humans, they can consume and help repair themselves. But also they have these machines that can go out and repair them and actually reproduce them, I guess, in a sense at first. And then the machines started becoming, I don't know if they were sentient. I don't think they were sentient because none of them seem sentient in the game, but they were self-sustaining, and they can reproduce themselves, and they rewrote their own programs and things like that, so that they were just wiping out humanity. They were just going to completely eradicate the world, kind of like the Decepticons in Transformers, or the freaking Terminators in Terminator. But anyway, this lady that worked for the company that actually made the machines in the first place, when she found out that they were making war machines, she quit. And when the machines started taking over the world and killing everybody, she went to the head of the company and said that she can do a solution. They haven't said what the solution is, except that the name of the solution, the code word or whatever, the solution is Zero Dawn. So she has a solution to the machines, to take care of the machines problem that they have. And so the government and the company, which was pretty much, the government was run by the companies anyway, corporations, gave her the okay. And we already went through a whole battle which was, I can't even remember what they called it now, but it was like the final push to keep the machines down so that she would still have time to finish her project. And also the one thing that we do know about her project is Zero Dawn means, like, you know, the starting over, dawn of civilization again. We know that. So she was going to wipe out the machines by wiping out most of humanity, or at least the means of surviving, you know, all the technology that we have and shit like that. We don't know exactly what, but it was going to screw up humans too. But there was going to be, they talked about it, and there was going to be enough humans to carry on. Although they, you know, they're kind of primitive. Most of them are, at least. Well, all of them are more primitive than us, but some of them are more like Rome. But they're like the oh fuck, I can't remember the name of the people now. But the one group of people, or one civilization, is a mixture. It seems like it's a mixture between Romans and the Mayans, or the Incas, you know, because they believe in human sacrifice, but they also are more like a Roman nation. And then there's a lot of primitive tribes too. Anyway, so let me get back into this. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely, got all that front lines, we blah blah, Polish claim. Oh, here we go. The staff. Okay, embryo. Oh, that's what I was getting at, is that the lady that did Zero Dawn thousands of years ago looks exactly like and has the exact same DNA as the player character, I mean, in the game, Aloy. So I'm thinking she's kind of a clone. Anyway, for example, and dermal sedatives, dermal sedatives, who claim persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Who calm people. Oh, God, I got that wrong. Okay, so dermal sedatives. Oh, okay, so they're just talking about freaking tranquilizers or something. Okay. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to the rule. Please respond. Candidates. So they're looking for people to help. What's with the Polish? Because it says they need people that are Polish to speak Polish, and they say Polish people are hurling chairs at them. Huh. because they're in like Colorado. Anyway, so this is our first look at this place, though. Okay, wife. Is this something from before?
When sleep refuses to come, I think of our wedding night. How you welcomed me to the marital bed. How after, when you fell asleep, I lay there watching your delicate face.
Oh yeah, this is from before.
My lord, the 13th.
This is during the last mission.
Every morning, I wake to the same nightmare.
Yeah, we already went through all this. This is the guy that we're kind of fighting against now. His name's Hell something, or Hades or something. Hades, but he's a computer. But I guess he used to be human. It was Hellas. Hellas. He is the leader of this cult that's trying to revive all the machines. Anyway, there was two. Is that the other one? Another incident. Is that the same one I just read? Yeah. There's two of those in here. Last time I was here. I don't know where the second one is. There it is. We need support too. From the reception staff to administration, we need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened and confused. Some are highly agitated. ZD candidates. Hope it mentions what that means. I'm sure that's something to do with the experiments they're doing. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Lang bots are not sufficient. And mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. Okay, so this is the first of the two that reception was sending management. That other one was the second one. Another one. Soundproofing. From lounge staff to administration. Soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be painfully heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Yeah, you don't want to scare off other candidates unless they're forcing them. Okay, there's two different ways here. Go this way first. Restock or else. From the lounge staff to administration. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage virulence, I am going to lose it. A receptionist wouldn't use freaking words like virulent, veritable, veritable. It means variations. Why wouldn't they just say that? Please respond, and this time, no tempest in the teapot, or steep. Is it sleep or steep? God, it's a T. Man, my eyes are a little blurry. Steep demand jokes. Okay. Okay, I don't get that.
Gonna come in handy.
Your mama comes in handy.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Okay, we get to see what they were screaming about, at least, maybe. I'm doing all right. How have you been? I've been kind of sick today, but feeling a little better right now.
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Oh, they're going to play it.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why.
Damn it.
By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
I missed the start of that because the dog was barking, but I got the gist of it. So apparently,
life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Are they done? Okay, so apparently, it looks like if you notice throughout the game, I can't even get out to the outside map, can I? Let's see. Yeah, I can. Okay, throughout the game, there's areas. Well, I know for sure there's one down here. Right here. There's areas that have these big tentacles everywhere. There's one here. There's more of the tentacles. I think this might be the same creature. And then up here there's one right here. Right here. You can see some of the tentacles right there. And there's around at different parts in the game. Looks like those things were in orbit. And those were the things that were creating that were reproducing the machines all over Earth. And Zero Dawn is trying to bring them down somehow. And apparently they did, because they're all over the place. They're on top, mostly on top of mountains, though. I don't know why none of them crashed in the valley so we can get a good look at them. But yeah. So that's pretty much what Zero Dawn what was, I guess. It's a way to take down those freaking machine replicators, machines that were in orbit.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
This guy looks like he's going to get me to me first. Damn it. This guy's gonna take more than one shot. Wow, I hit him, dead hit in the head. Didn't hardly hurt him. Well, that one did. Oh! Oh shit!
We're too close to the tribal perimeter to stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
There's something going on there. Where'd the other guy go? He's got a big gun too. Fire striker. Let me do this side first. What's up there? Wrong button.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter.
Oh.
What does that matter now?
The candidates are people with certain skills that they can preserve for the next generation. They're just going to like put them in hybernetics or something, you know, and then wake them up after the threat's gone, or maybe just put them in a bunker. All those bunkers that I've been running into around the place. There's two different things in the game, and one of them is the cauldrons, which have the robots in them, and they make robots and things like that. I don't see any. Oh, I know there's one right up here. They got these square-looking. I still haven't been to this thing yet, so I think that there's still something going on. This is a vault of some kind, or a bunker. Any ones with this symbol are bunkers and vaults and things, and that's where the humans lived, I think, while they were eradicating the machines. And I don't see the other ones. I thought there was one right around in here somewhere. A cauldron. Anyway, the cauldrons were places where the machines were reproducing on Earth. They didn't even have to go up into space for those, I guess. So they had facilities down on Earth also. Okay, let's see what's going on these.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
People don't like Pharaoh. Pharaoh's the guy that owned the corporation that started all the mess.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations.
Yeah, Revelations.
Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she
On
did use a
account of
word,
speaking in tongues.
it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm
Blood
clearing
coffee.
you to proceed. Just go.
So they hired criminals to do some stuff too, apparently. I don't know if they wanted them for the future. That doesn't sound right, but she said something about a snatch and grab. Oh, what am I doing? There we go.
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought About time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No. I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
They understood that they could build themselves from memory, rebuild themselves from memory and light. So that was an unexpected side effect, I guess. That the robots started rebuilding their own selves. It's that way. Huh, that's not even on the map. Let me finish these first.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure.
Corruption.
But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Bet you Zero Dawn also has something to do with, like, terraforming. Okay, counselor guidelines for briefing after presentation 1. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for several mental and emotional traumas. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague, that's what they call it, the Pharaoh Plague, and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagement versus the swarm, Appendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures. Addendum C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are blah. Okay. So yeah, they're worried that the candidates aren't going to react too good to knowing that the world's coming to an end.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to...
Yep, something's going on over there. Oh, damn it! Shouldn't have did that.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here.
That's not the right one.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency.
There we go. Damn it. I gotta sit
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
She's some kind of a soldier that fought the machines, apparently. Okay. There's something over this way. I think I'm going to go through the first tunnel first. Alright. Dang it. How do I get down? Ah! This is what I was talking about last night on the stream. So that there's every game that I have, there's a different button. Every game that I'm playing right currently, there's a different button to crouch. This button's the one from last night. This is the button from this night. Or this night. Tonight. Tonight is the night. Is this night. What the hell? Oh, that's that fire striker weapon. Which I should probably take. That'd be fun to mess with. What is going on over here? Dang it. Would you crouch? I don't know where I'm... It's just taking me to... Oh, wait. Is this a secret room? No, this is where I would have been anyway, huh? Can I stand up now? There you go. This is the room I was just in, ain't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, kilo. Yeah, see, these are some kind of suspended animation beds, maybe? I don't know. Some kind of...
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Well, that guy kind of went nuts over it. Okay, so this is the first area that I was in. Yeah. All these things turned off after I used them? Yeah. Okay. They're not off, but... So... Is that the only way to go now? Yeah. I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, what's this door? Can't get in there. Oh, I was in there already.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end?
There it is.
What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system.
Yep,
and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all.
Oh.
And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas.
Whoa.
To the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks. To rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo. The vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from
It said
ending.
315 years.
But if you will help me,
They went past
help
that
Gaia,
by far.
we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
So all the machines that are in our time or her time here were created by Zero Dawn.
Destroyed. But then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
That's where I was.
As you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Apollo's in that freaking bunker that I couldn't get into. I think I seen something that said Apollo when I was up there. Anyway, so all the machines, or most of the machines in this world, the grazers and striders and everything else were actually made by Gaia, which was Zero Dawn, to repopulate the planet. They are reseeding and things like that. They're, you know, not just grazing, they're actually seeding the planet. I don't think they're actually grazing, you know. And you notice how they have like rock crushers and stuff on some of them. They're terraforming the planet is what they're doing. But they must have some kind of self-preservation thing, so they're actually, you know, they're a little bit hostile. But the other machines, like the Corruptor, and then that big platform one, I can't, what's that one called again? This one, Deathbringer, those were actually war machines. The Corruptor and this one, for sure, were both war machines that were made back before Zero Dawn. But all these other machines in here, every last one of them has some kind of terraforming power. She specifically mentioned the birds. You know, either, I don't know if it was storm birds or glinthawks, but they're terraforming the atmosphere, putting oxygen in the atmosphere. But these other people, and I guess Hades itself, I don't know why Hades was part of the, you know, it showed what, 8 or 10 different Greek and Roman gods there, and Roman things. I saw Archimedes and Apollo and Hades, and I can't remember the rest of them on there, but that's names for each one of the projects, and each one of them has a different job. And I don't know what Hades' job is, but apparently it got corrupted in itself, and looks like it's trying to get these tribesmen, the Shadow Karja and a couple other people, to work for them, to dig up all the cauldrons. Okay, the cauldrons are making these machines. They're part of Zero Dawn. They're the ones that are making the machines to terraform the planet. And so these Shadow Karja and Hades and them are trying to use those facilities to corrupt the machines and bring back, and they're going to other dig sites and digging up the old machines like the Deathbringers and the Corruptors. And the Corruptors are going around corrupting all the other machines. And the Deathbringers are just big old freaking death platforms, you know. So for some reason Hades is, and maybe there's somebody else behind it too. I have a feeling that the guy that I'm talking to is one of them. He might be Apollo, the guy that we keep talking to. But yeah, that's actually a really good plan, man. And they're storing people to repopulate the planet. I guess maybe embryos or something. They keep talking about embryos. Maybe they're cloning them. I don't know, because she's not an embryo. She's freaking cloned. If she has exactly the same, either they screwed up in making the thing, or she's a clone. Which way am I going? That way. Is there anything down here? Yeah, that's a pretty cool story, man. I like that whole storyline. A little bit different than I thought it was going to be. I thought that all the machines were from the old world. Well, they kind of are. I mean, they're conceived in the old world. Well, looks like I missed one somewhere. Maybe it's in this room. Okay. Let's see. Make your decision. Text data points, quests. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature of and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider, I guess one of them's death, probably. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Participation. You'll be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family or 2 persons of your choosing will be transferred to the Elysium. I've been there. Elysium. Sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. That's one of the bunkers. Which one was that? Pretty sure that was one of the bunkers. Anyway, indefinite detention. So, okay, so here's the three choices: participation, indefinite detention, or medical euthanasia. God, I never can pronounce that right. Which means death. Okay, so indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Damn it. Why can't I speak anymore? Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the feral plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. So if it doesn't work, you can be released. Is that what they're saying? Okay. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, and if you have further questions. Okay, sounds reasonable. I guess you don't have much choice after that. I wonder where the last, the one that I missed. There was one between that. Oh, there it is. Something. God, can I get it? This is probably the one I missed. Yep. Counselor Guidelines 2. For debriefing after presentation 2. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgments on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chance of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of the selection. Validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just for humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespan and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles G01 and P20 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process the documentations. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize the euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the process is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against his or her will, or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse the decision, after which the decision is final. All right. Is that way I'm going? There's something to the left first. So much of these things, man. I wish most of them were in voice. It'd be better. Okay, this is one of the interviewers, or interviewees. Damn it. He was on one of the machines at first back there that they were talking to the counselors.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
I wonder if Elysium is that place. Okay. The only place I haven't been into yet is this one. If that's Elysium, then they got screwed. Because that place is destroyed. There's some underground stuff left, I think, but it got pretty much destroyed. Where is all the other freaking... Okay, this one's just called Ruins. This one up here, where is it? This is called a bunker. There's this one. The Grave Horde. This was actually the project, well, the one that they keep mentioning that was biding time for them to finish Zero Dawn. This was their headquarters. There's another one down here somewhere, I think. Can't see it. Oh, wait. Hey, here's one of the cauldrons. Cauldron RHO. Does that... those initials have anything to do with any Greek gods? I didn't know that the all... Here's another cauldron. Sigma. Huh. That has nothing to do with a Greek god, but it's a Greek letter of the alphabet. Which might have something to do with it. Oh, hey, here's one. Well, that's where I'm at. Never mind. There was one up here, right here, but it disappeared after I was there. Maker's End. There was one of them symbols up here. Symbol disappeared. Wow. Elysium. I know that was in the game somewhere. Hopefully they'll show me again later. I don't think the game's... This isn't the last part of the game. This is... There's going to be a couple, maybe... epilogues or whatever. Because there's something here, for sure. I'm pretty sure... Well, I've been here. So maybe this is where I seen the word Elysium. Because I seen that in the game or heard it in the game for sure. I thought it was one of the bunkers, but I don't know. Anyway, let's go back. Wow. Big area over there. Let's get these first.
If you're still nauseous.
No. The inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No. Life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Yeah.
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia.
I knew she was going to say that.
I want no part of this. I just
Can you hear?
Want it over.
I see.
You just... Oh.
Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Too bad I can't... This is the only game that I can't use the speakers on. Yeah, the delay's kind of messed up. Unless you're watching it from in there or on your computer. Yeah, it's better. These are the people that they were interviewing in the other room. This is their final decision.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project.
Oh, this guy.
But now I can see it's worse.
Space.
Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus.
It's better than your idea.
We wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Shoot him in the head. I'm just joking.
Alert. Medical wing inaccessible.
Medical what? The hell is this? Place they're euthanizing people? Looks like one of them ones that they stick the dogs in. Oops, something over here. Shackles. Branded shackles. What's that? Pick up stranded shackles. What's something I could sell? Maybe I need them for something. Oh, it's probably... Let me look, check my inventory. I bet you it's in special items. Yep. This mysterious item is valuable only to the most curious merchant. Shackles may made from an unknown smooth material. Oh. That's it? It's the only thing in this whole room. I feel like I'm missing something. Where am I? Oh. Wonder if I jump down there if I can get back up. Better not try.
Intruder!
Oh,
get
intruder!
Her.
Saw me.
Where the hell did those guys come from?
I know.
I can't see them from in here. What do I got? Oh wow, I don't have a whole lot of them, do I? What am I doing? I don't think I'm going to need these right now, but actually, if they run this direction, yeah, this, wait, try the sticky one.
May this
Did it go off yet? I don't think it even hurt him. Well, I can't. Let me just try this one then. Oh, got one. Got one again. The other one's still half alive, though. Got him. Oh, he's almost dead. Get him with this. Come on out of there. Hey, Punko. Where you go? Where you go? He's hiding. In your face! Oh, wow. That didn't get his face, did it? That did. Okay. What's that?
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this, and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man.
Shit.
I've done this
Never
before.
did like the feel of
Just
solid
be my
state
focus.
lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
She would start talking to that freaking dude right when the thing's going on. I gotta, when I play those things, I need to just stand still.
Luck's with me.
Where the hell am I going? Down there? Something's also to my... Oh, that way. No. Ah. On that 48 now.
This'll do.
That's 45. That's 45. Power off. Okay, that's why I got to go down there. Turn on the power. That door.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
30 years lounging around watching porn. That was actually the freaking criminal dude that they were talking to earlier.
Dawn. He is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Yep. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Is this the one that I just got? Yeah, okay. Hololocks.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Yep, well, it's right there. Left, up, left, down, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay. Left, up, left, down, and right. Oh, there we go.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
This one looks like it's messed up. Where's this one supposed to be going to? That one's going to the same place. What else is going on in here?
There's a part missing.
Hey,
maybe there's.
I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
I'm up there too. That door? Oh wait, hey. Nothing. Oh, wait. So these go to that door. These go to the door that I need to open up there. So let's see what these say. Electromagnetic security mechanism interface unavailable. This is the interface. Security encryption, data. Setting transponded. There's one missing here. So maybe that's what I gotta find in the other room. 'Cause yeah. Okay, now I'm above where I was. Oh, what's this? That's it, ain't it? Key component in the mid-21st century military hololock. Okay.
Found one. Looks intact. That should do the trick.
Yay.
Now let's get that door open.
And up, left, down, right, up. Wait, is that upside down? I can't tell with this one. Bet you it's upside down. Fargo is listed upside down, so it might just be down, down, left, up, right, down. Try that. Down, left, up, right, down.
That did it.
Yep.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
That voice is somebody that's been in some movies. I know that voice. I can't place it. Even the guy, the hologram, when it shows him, he looks just like the person I'm thinking. I can picture him in my mind, and I can hear the voice coming out, but I can't picture what movies or TV shows that he was on. Oh crap! Get the no! Give me my frickin' son of a...
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Did the door close? Ah, look, that thing's right there. I could have blowed the crap out of him with that. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, what do we got here? We got one dude who's walking right here. There's somebody walking right there that's coming right towards me. You gonna see me? God, there's somebody right there that sees me already.
Whoa!
Says, what the hell is that? Oh! Wow, that almost killed me. An extra hit just for the hell of it. One to grow on. Look out here for somebody else. How many? Oh, wow! They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Are you going to hide like a coward or come out and...
What the hell? That was supposed to be a silent. Did he die? Where'd he go? That was weird. Okay, there's one. Yeah. God, I can't see in here. Got a guy. Wow. Why? Damn it. There's a window right there or something, huh? It's like
I'm not here.
I'm just a bad shot. Yep, I'm a bad shot sometimes, but other times, deadly.
Anyone see anything?
Not you, apparently. I shot you in the eyeball.
Get out there and look, brothers.
Wow, he's behind something. I can't see him. Oh, there he is. One left.
That's the last of them.
Alert. H-lock structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Oh shit, there's somebody else. Oh, a lot of somebody else's. Here they come. Oh crap. Right when I freaking come out of hiding.
You cannot hide from our
Damn. Damn. Yeah? In your face, bastard. Where's the other bastard? Oh, shit.
You won't survive this.
I won't? How about this?
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have
Reach
to find
level
Gaia.
50. I got 7 shots left on that, so that's history. That's only 1 skill point. That's not going to do me any good right now. There's another gun right over there. No, I don't want to go over there yet. I'm going to grab that gun before I go over there.
Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
That's okay. I'm a monkey. I am a monkey girl.
Alert. Structural failure prevents access.
Sexual failure sounds like a personal problem. I know. It said structural.
Heavy. It's hard, too.
It's hard. What we're talking about, sexual failure now. Heavy and hard. So this is the Gaia project area. Oh wait, Gaia is the overview of the whole project. So this must be the main project hub. Something over there. Ah, damn it, I gotta read it. Well, it looks like I missed 2. I've been looking everywhere too, man. How did I miss them? Margot Sin to Elizabeth Sorbeck. Simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure. Not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional. They feel almost like, well, tributes. Aren't just functional, tributes is the word that comes to mind, as though she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disapproving fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil records too. Referring to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. So she's bringing back to life extinct species. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. That's one of the subgroups. Greek gods. I just wish we could still be around for a century or two to see what she's making. She makes. I'm starting to get the feeling. Okay, so I know that Aloy, her, is some kind of clone or something, but I bet you she's part of the project. So she maybe even Apollo. She might be Apollo, because they said that Apollo would be implemented when the world's ready to and it's a record of all human existence, and maybe she's the key to Apollo, so she can bring on the future, and she's like a clone of herself. You didn't make it in bed? Sounds like you're snoring over there. I think Darcy fell asleep. Yeah, this is the same lady that was talking from before, Margot. If I doubled our brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. What is she talking about? Oh. Okay, this lady. Okay, this is Elizabeth talking to Margot. Good night, Darcy. I wasn't looking at the screen and hear you say Marco and instantly said Polo. Margot. Okay, so Elizabeth's telling Margot that she's the alpha. She's the team leader. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of our plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw material in. Bootstrap silos. I think that's the cauldrons. It's excellent. This, combined with our design for the AM Foundation core and the foundry site set selection plan, foundry site. I found a foundry site, and I think I found some kind of foundation core also. Add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. The one detail, consult with whoever the hell that is. Oh, that's a Kylo. So these are the people that were talking in those tapes earlier too. Before you finalize the silo inventories, Hephaestus's first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers. Minerva, I seen that inside that list of projects also, Minerva. I was thinking Minerva is also one of the characters in Assassin's Creed. She's one of the old world first civilization people, whatever they call themselves. I can't remember anymore. Broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation code. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Okay, so Minerva is actually the project to turn off the machines that were in orbit. So we know that now. Wow, this whole scenario is kind of complicated. I need to drop this for now. I'm missing at least 2. Can I get up there? I'm missing at least 2 of these data points. Over here. Oh, hey.
No space.
Those guys were jumping down right here, weren't they? See if there's a way to get up. No.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about 1/3 of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, Why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
For
that.
years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Because of Hades. Oh, there's one. Did I get this one? Nope. Okay, from Elizabeth Sorbeck to Margot, full steam ahead. This is one I already read. Then what was the one over here that I just saw? Oh, this is the one I thought this was the one that I read. That was the first one. Okay, never mind. Huh. Still am missing two of them.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
What? These shapes. Like this thing? Well, I missed two of them. Oh well. So I'm missing part of the story. That's all right. They have to be in that area that I was just in, though. Let's see if I can get back there. This area over here. Even if they're not in this middle area right here, which I didn't see anything in here. Wait, do I get up here? I didn't look real good here, did I? I looked all around the edges, though. The only place I wasn't able to get is up there. Which kind of sucks. I don't know if there's anything up there, but if I can't get up there, then there's probably nothing up there. So this area over here, if they're not up there, then they'd have to be in here. I can still go out. Good. Because I found something. I found the ones right before that over here. Got this one.
Now, those lame FBI black hats are mocking.
I got this one. Hey, why didn't get that? I just wonder if there's anything down there. I could probably jump down there, but I don't know if I can get back up. No, it's 2 floors. I'll probably die. Okay. I don't think I missed anything. I don't know. Drop my gun. I want to kill him.
Should give me the upper hand.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably know...
Later, lady. You woke up. Oh no. Oh hey, this is taking me up to that spot that I couldn't get to before. Hey, there's a thing right there. Can I get it? Can't get it from here. There it is.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
There's 2 data points in there. I know. I want to shoot somebody.
More Eclipse.
James got a gun. Well, they are. Wow, they're everywhere. That one's got a big gun. Let me get the guy with the gun first. Can I, like, duck? No. Drop my gun. Drop my big gun. I need my big gun. I love my big gun.
Metal caverns. This is no place
I want to shoot the other guy with the gun first so I can get a replacement once my 60 bullets are gone. Well, where the hell am I going? It's gonna make it so I can't take my gun with me. As soon as I jump down there, my gun will fall. I'm pretty sure. Can I shoot them from up here? No, probably not. Please let me take my gun with me. Please, please. Oh, that's stairs. Oh, I thought it was... I didn't think it was a stair. A stair? A stair is something that you do when you look in somebody's eyes. Oh, there's a data point too. Damn it, something I have to read. There's one of the ones I was missing. Okay. Text. Data point from somebody I've never heard of to Elizabeth Sorbet. Let me see if I can pronounce that. Samini Ebaji. Encapsulated DNA. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even the eternity tech that feral something solutions, I can't remember what it's called. The FAS is feral. That's the people that actually created the military machines in the first place, was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes. What's a zettabyte? Zet. I don't even know what that prefix means. Data would be tens of thousands, or tens of millions or something. Tens of whatever. The tens spot, like billions is 2 millions is 1 million, billions is 2 million, trillions are 2. It's doubled. It's 1,000 million, and trillion is a 3,000 million. You know, and quadrillion. Deca would be 10 times that, whatever. I don't know what zeta would be. Okay, encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for. Why would it have to have DNA? This is just knowledge. It's not the Apollo project, they said, was the knowledge base of all mankind. It's not the DNA. I thought that was I don't know. They're getting me mixed up already. Let me just get on with reading it. Sorry about that. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inherent materials in which we'll embed the molecules. Every testing 16 candidates. Already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design the design and fabricate the power systems and seal reliquaries. Sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 16 or 18 degrees centigrade for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed preposterous, perpetuous, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. They're building a living AI. This is almost as bad as what started the whole freaking mess in the first place, it sounds like. Oh, I bet you this is Hades. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you. Huh. This is getting to be some complicated stuff here, man. So they're using a living, encapsulated DNA AI to store the information.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
If they're going through all this trouble to make all this stuff to rebuild civilization, seems like they'd have some safeguards so that people can't corrupt it like these guys are trying to do. Because apparently there's been some corruption going on up to that point already. So they know that it's possible. This is the one that I read already. So it seems like they put some safeguards in it so that nobody could corrupt any of this stuff. I can't even get in that door, huh? No. Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from far zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapped up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of they were trying to preserve the languages of Papua New Guinea. Isn't that just a lot of like clicking and tongue slapping? They don't talk like normal people. Sorry, that's not prejudice. That's just they sound like insects. Anyway, speaking of heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing with children and adolescents, demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspecia persona. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Okay, here we go. That guy first, if I can reach him.
All of this lost. The ancients' greatest gift to us.
Greatest? How about the fact we exist at all?
To abide in ignorance is a curse, Aloy. You of all people should know that.
That guy's going the other direction. He's going to come flying when I start shooting, huh? Okay. This guy first.
Any plan?
Damn it, that guy up there is shooting at me. Out of ammo.
You're finished.
I think you are, dude.
Got you
oh,
located.
shit. Oh, what kind of gun is that? Can I get that? No. Oh, shit, they just got regular friggin' rifles. Where'd they get those?
The sun can't...
Oh, shit. Give me that. Who else? Anybody else alive in there? Somebody up there. Can't get him. Damn it. I'm just wasting bullets. He's the only one left, huh? Come on down here, punk ass.
Off you go.
Punk ass Brewster.
That's the last of them. On once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders.
Oh, hey, almost out of ammo.
Save these for the trail.
Trail? I don't see a trail. Where the hell am I going? Oh, wow. Big area. Let me go here first.
keep that for later.
Nothing good down here?
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Yeah, he shouldn't sweat it so much. If it wasn't him, it would have been some other asshole. There's always an asshole in the bunch. It's gonna keep war going. Another data point. Noise complaint from Travis Tate. That was one of the guys in the interview tapes. To Elizabeth Sorbick, noise complaints. Color me confused. Lizzie Bashcore. Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying. And you know it. I don't understand what he says there. Old Travis don't have no truck with commercializing razzle dazz. Wow, this guy talks so funny I can't understand what he's talking about. Heck, I'd rather grizzle a litter of Citarum runoff than listen to Gray Swarm for 30 seconds. God, hand of God, and swear to my mama's grave, and she was religious. No, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab. shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal. Classic music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore. Oh, he's talking about music? Classic. Got some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore you'll see or hear, rather in the screeches that rend the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling, swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. He's talking about Jonah and the whale. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal. Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Industrial accident vids. He likes watching people get freaking chopped up by industrial accidents. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here, and I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me. I don't think so. So this dude is the one that's programming Hades. No wonder Hades is freaking corrupt and crazy. He's been listening to freaking death metal while he was being created. He's getting created by some crazy guy. So Travis, I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay, Travis Tate. If you go up here, it's not those ones, it's these ones. Here we go. All right, let's start back here. Travis, here's the first Travis Tate. Let's see which one this guy is.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bubble serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now.
Yeah, this is the criminal
Sterling
dude.
Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know.
So this is the criminal dude that they got coding, and some guy that's got some really friggin' bad values in the first place too. Not just because he listens to death metal, but he's just seems like a freaking real dick. They got him coding Hades, so Hades is probably corrupt because of him. Because he might have did it on purpose, or maybe just for some freaking stupid reason. Let me see what he says here.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it.
Why would they
Meanwhile,
let
my
this
little
guy
honey, the
program
counselor, she's
anything?
munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her...
Yeah. So this guy is freaking kind of psychotic and shit, too. And they have him programming one of their programs, Hades, which is... Each one of those programs has their own purpose. I don't know what Hades' purpose is yet. It hasn't really said. But with this guy programming it, he could be getting it to do almost anything. It kind of was talking... I can't understand exactly what's going on here. What he's talking about. But he's talking about death metal. But... Swedish cannibal themed stuff. I mean, he's I don't know what the hell. But he was talking... Hades. It doesn't really say what Hades is. But he was talking about his mom, talking about end of the world stuff and Revelations. No telling what he programmed into this thing. And actually getting him to be in a project called Hades. You know that he's going to freaking be doing something. He's talking about freaking extinction.
Welcome to Hades.
There he is.
Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do.
Wow.
Which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Wow, yeah. So, the original idea of Hades is to, like he was saying, if something goes wrong, and world isn't terraforming right, then they can re-extinct it and redo it again. But they shouldn't do that if things seem to be going okay. And especially after they got freaking life growing back again and new civilizations already starting, you know. This is at the point when they're supposed to be introducing the Apollo, so that they can give them back the knowledge, you know, human knowledge back again. But instead, it's going crazy. It's trying to redo a frickin' Zero Dawn again. Hades Protocol. Okay, Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out the Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If it ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Surely it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control. But by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades is done with business. So had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretends to relinquish control in situation after situation, simulation after simulation. Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operation, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky, I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out that just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective core shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command. I already see where this is going. Unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are pretty strong, plenty strong. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll back on it tomorrow. Alligators. Anyway, yeah, I can see where this is going. Is that the solution to all this? Okay, so Gaia, first of all, Hades has to take over from Gaia for him to completely take over what's going on, and then he would wipe out existence. And then, but Gaia would only be behind some kind of a firewall. A protective code shell, it says. So some kind of a firewall. What needs to happen is we need to get Gaia. He's probably partially got Gaia in the protective shell already. Or maybe completely. I don't know at this point, maybe completely. So what we're going to have to do is bring Gaia out so she can take back control from Hades. And probably do away with Hades because they don't really need Hades anymore. Because there's no big bad storms. Or there's some storms, but nothing major. There's the world seems all right except for the fact that Hades is taken over. And if you notice earlier when she was talking, she was saying that the bigger and badder machines. So Gaia makes the machines that it needs to terraform. So all the other machines were pretty much peaceful, and they were just terraforming the planet until about 15-20 years ago. And then they all started getting a little bit more hostile, and then the bigger machines started showing up, like the freaking thunder jaws and a couple of the other ones that she mentioned. The freaking real mean ones. The thunder jaws being the meanest one, and that their only purpose is to go around freaking killing things. But yeah, so that's all Hades doing. So we got to bring Gaia out somehow, or give her more control. Where the hell am I? I wish they would have all these on voice, so I don't have to freaking read them. What's so hard about putting these on voice? They already did a bunch of them. This is the lady that's in charge of Apollo talking to Travis, the guy that's in charge of Hades. And they CC'd it to Solbeck. Archive abuse. Mr. Tate. This letter concerns Apollo Archive's submission, blah, blah, blah. Your 666 submission. 666. See, he's the devil. In just 5 days. And, oh, that's a doozy. Oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you choose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploration cinema. Oh, why would they even keep shit like that? Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1. So he's wanting to look at some extreme stuff, like probably like freaking what do you call them? Snuff films and crap like that, maybe. Forgive me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, whereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flick and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, the pasteury, whatever material has already been preserved. Extreme perhaps, but art. What? 2, for clarifying a concept that has no longer been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as yourself, and definitions of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Porter's famous utterance. I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criteria. If Travis Tate submits it, it's obscene. So she's going to destroy all the archive stuff that he likes, because that way she doesn't have to subject the future world to his depravities, I guess. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staffs to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Oh, this is stuff that he's trying to get her to preserve, and she doesn't want to freaking preserve them. I get it. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing future submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all, or the rest of us do anyway. So yeah, is that what it's going on here? Mail concern archive submission. So he's submitting requests for her to archive certain things, and and she doesn't like the materials that he's trying to preserve. That's pretty funny. I mean, but where the hell am I? But if you think about it, though, shouldn't I don't know. If you start, it's just like censorship. If you start censoring things, who's the one that draws the line of what should be censored and what shouldn't be censored? I mean, future generations are, people in general still have weird thoughts. Some people have freaking really sick thoughts. If they're out, this is the slippery slope of censorship in general. If people talk about things, they should be free to talk about anything, period. Because if they're not free to talk about it in public, they'll be talking about it behind closed doors, or just have it in their heads, and you'll never know what people really truly think. Even the crazy people, and even the freaking really depraved people, you want their ideas and their thoughts to come out in public, so that people will know what they are. What the people that want to censorship things say is they don't want people to hear this shit, because then it could influence them to be that way too. No, that's not the thing. That's messed up. If somebody says something that is really depraved, it's good to get it out in the open so that people can see it and people can talk about it and people can discuss it, so that everybody can hear the different sides of that argument. You can hear the people that are for this depravity or whatever kind of crap that the person's talking about, and you can hear the people that are against it. And if it is really depraved and it is really freaking out there and it's really, really sick, you'll know, because the discussion you'll be able to hear both sides of the discussion, and you can make up your own mind. And most people, the majority of people, 99.9% of everybody, will understand how fucked up the idea is. There might be that that 0.1% or 0.001 or whatever percent of people that think it's a good idea. But it's good to let the people know who those people are. If you know who the people are, you're more likely to catch them doing something that is crazy. When you don't know who people are, you get these freaking lone gunmen that go into the fucking shopping centers and blow away people, you know? Or go to the schools or the churches or something. You have the freaking psychos because they're behind closed doors. But if the internet's the perfect opportunity to find people like that. If somebody's constantly on the internet saying some real depraved things, and they at least have an outlet. So, and people can see this, and then people can keep an eye on them people and say, wow, this guy's out there. We need to keep an eye on him and catch him doing something that's wrong before he does something that's really bad, you know, and freaking lock this person up, you know. But you need to catch them doing something wrong first. And if their thoughts are out there and they're able to express themselves on the internet, people will realize that, and the people that are around them can keep a good eye on them and watch them and make sure they're not going to do something that's really crazy. But if you don't let them talk about it, and you don't let them say their ideas, then it's in their own minds, and they're just going to blow up one day and go do something completely freaking messed up. Maybe just talking about it might keep them from actually doing it, you know. But at least we know what the bad ideas are, and we know who the freaking crazy people are that way.
Looks like the only way onwards.
That's the best argument against censorship. Anyway, that's a little bit of philosophy for today. Anyway, what am I doing now? Oh, here's somebody else's hollow projection. Wonder who's next.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Artificial wombs. Oh, let's hear what they say about them.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Cool. So, what they're saying is they didn't want to alter human genomes. They just got genomes from all over the world and put them together, put them in this one facility without altering them. So they're not trying to like genetically enhance anything or any kind of eugenics stuff. They're just making things a snapshot of how the genetics of people were at that time. So that's cool. Damn, more freaking reading. This whole episode is a lot of reading so far. So Patrick Klein, Brockchard Klein, whatever, to Elizabeth. F.Z. Chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologicus have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resulted. Risk of ECMO resulted. Nutrition delivery resolved. Resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand, but if the rest of FZ's technology, FC was Far Zenith, okay, technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Cirrus doesn't seem so impossible after all. This is the guy that thought that that they were going to do some kind of space program, and he was kind of bummed that they were going to stay on Earth. Didn't he say that he wanted to? Oh, he would help, but afterwards he's going to euthanize himself. Anyway, mass fabrications of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PBK. Oh, these are them. Those look like some kind of... Oh, that's what they look like under all that stuff. This one's actually intact, kind of. Come on. Gotta read it. Cradle Servitor Persona. Development of the artificial persona for Cradle Servitors. Nurturers. Wow, too many R's in that word. Nurturer. Disciplinarian healer. Continues at a good pace. We are servitors. Oh. The this is something to train or to raise the kids once they make them. Cradle servitors, like conservator. Yeah. We are targeting turning 0.04 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without determining adherence to codified behavioral sets. So it's giving them independent teaching skills so that they aren't making cookie cutter people. I think that's what they're trying to say. The stimulus driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinary and healer personas. So the personas are personalities that they're putting into the like nanny machines or whatever to teach these kids how to be human, I guess. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on the disciplinarian servitor behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. So the servitors or whatever, are fighting amongst each other. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. Okay, that's kind of funny. Wow, there's so much shit around here. I'm getting lost on what I've got and what I haven't. There's the last one, I think, in this room. Cradle sealed. Okay. Eleuthia was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good for our maiden voyage a success. Oh, okay, so they put one in China and sealed it up before the robot armies could go in and find it. So it's sealed so they couldn't find it. Anyway, regarding my disputes with the betas over zygote selection, of course I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. I thought they weren't supposed to do refinements, that they were just supposed to be like untampered with or something. Anyway, Donic, in addition to personality overseeing. Okay, I guess refinement would be in the education process, maybe. I don't know. No, because he was talking about zygotes. I don't know. Overseeing completion of the number 2 site, MntDewMania. I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within a week. I don't know why. Why are they selecting? See, aren't zygotes the embryos before they become actual embryos? I don't know. I don't know enough about biology. But zygotes seem to have something to do with life, like the genes and all that stuff.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Where was Elizabeth's office, man? I'm lost. I'm back here. So maybe this is the back entrance right here. That it? Is this her office? That's her office right there. Ain't it? Yeah.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Oh, that's Gaia.
Of course, Gaia. Go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Okay, so that might be one of the solutions. Then I was thinking that getting Gaia to take over the entire program again away from Hades would be the solution that they were looking for here. But if there's a kill switch, we might just have to kill the whole thing which that means that there's not going to be any knowledge of the past, which could be a good thing, but I don't know. Talking about the censorship thing, I actually think that if everybody has that knowledge, that's what's good about the internet, and I hope that they keep the internet free, that if everybody has the ability to access knowledge, then everybody has a chance to use it, and everybody has a chance to benefit from it. And it's not just hoarded by smart people and elites and academics and freaking and the government, things like that, you know. So yeah, there's a chance that people can use knowledge against other people, but if everybody has access to that same knowledge, then there's going to also be people that can combat it. So it'd be sad if they lost all the knowledge of the past, because this is the worst thing about the idea of a civilization ending, of like, if life ends on Earth, you know, and say 1,000 years from now some freaking space people come to Earth and they can't access the knowledge of us. It's like our civilizations and our history had been here and never accomplished anything and never will live on in the future. But if we're able to give our knowledge, good and bad, but hopefully the good is what'll help out the future. But if we're able to give that to the future, that's the same thing with the legacy of a single person, you know, or a group of people or a nation. Your legacy helps hopefully to improve the future. It help the future evolve. So yeah, bad knowledge is one thing, but
looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Oh, this thing? What is it? Kind of looks like the construction of those frickin' things that are up in the space. The bad things. Anyway. Hopefully she doesn't have to
We
turn.
benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Oh. So it's showing that they at least got empathy built into Gaia. And some kind of emotions, regret maybe, and remorse.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
In you, all things are possible? Is that what she was going to say? How the hell do I get in here, though? Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, that's window. How the hell do I get in there? That didn't work. Oh, pry. Should have at least highlighted that so I knew that that's what it wanted me to do. Okay, here's one. Ah! Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth to all alphas. Odyssey has failed. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drives spun up to depart the solar system. It's the drives. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha built of Apollo are all lost. All were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. So they had a second backup plan, huh? I heard him mention Odyssey earlier. Huh. So they were going to just send a spaceship out of the atmosphere, or out of the solar system, and try to find another Earth, probably. Hey, from Charles Roslin. That sounds familiar. Who is that one? I'm getting mixed up on all these people. Artemis status. So, I forget what Artemis is also. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up, negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. Oh, Artemis is getting all the samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs, more than 14,000 that were extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duties of restoring them, so they can return to the world that this time will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too late. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples were lost were irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But for now, not like this, not on our watch. So, what's this?
Forget about traveling light.
So this is it here. Let's see what happens. Access.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
She was created to do all this.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Don't think the freaking windows would have been a little bit blast proof, maybe?
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you.
Can I kick you in the balls now, please? Ow.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Rost, that was her guardian. You knew it was wrong, trying to bore me to death.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well.
That was that guy?
For a savage.
Way at the
His
very
name was
beginning of
Rost,
the game.
And he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun.
After all he's seen,
Everything
he still believes
as it
in
was meant to be.
The sun?
Predestined and preordained.
You're a thug, you're a fool, you're a puppet.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place. Exactly where it belongs.
Call him a pussy.
The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
What should I say? Needless slaughter. Well, that's obvious. They cast me out. That's whiny. They're irrelevant. That acts like I don't care, but that's not true. Let's just say it anyway.
The Nora have no part to play in this. Leave them alone.
Oh.
Soon, they'll have no part to play in anything. That much is sure. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile.
You broke it?
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate.
Didn't I have...
The knife has already been twisted.
I could take his freaking focus. Just cut his head off. Oh god, it's gonna drop me down in there with that behemoth. There was a big ass behemoth down there last time I looked.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day.
Cut off his head. Oh god, corruptors.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause?
That's that behemoth, ain't it?
Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth.
Oh, corrupt behemoth.
In the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Okay. I don't have any weapons or anything, do I? I don't even have my armor.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
What am I supposed to use against it?
That makes a mess.
Here's it.
That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down.
What pillar? This one?
That did it. One more pillar and that platform will come down.
At least I got my health. What was that? What's that? Oh, another pillar.
He's charging. It's down.
My weapons. Oh, they didn't come. Into the darkness. Woohoo! Aloy, Aloy.
Hey! Guess who got
Oh
away?
shit! Oh shit! I got the wrong button.
Now
Wrong
you're
button.
just a big...
Okay, let's see what I got going here. Okay. I don't know, still don't know how I'm going to freaking kill this thing, even though I got all my stuff left. He's corrupt, so... Excuse me. I should probably throw this on.
Gun target. Come and get it!
That didn't help me. Oh, God, wrong button. Get up! Get out of there! I'm stuck. I need to do something here.
That canister on its belly. Looks important. Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with his lift attacks.
If I can get this. Why am I crouching? Get up! Is that a weapon? Is that a weapon? I don't need to know. No, that's a weapon. I'm stuck! God, I'm almost dead! Where is it? Where is it? Oh.
Check the machine boxes. They might have parts. Freeze canister on its hips. Cryo arrow should set it off.
it down? Yep. He's going, what? Oh my God. I don't believe it.
Silence!
Oh God, not the corruptors too.
Shadows. Kill her.
Okay. I don't know if I can kill these two corruptors.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Wussy! Wussy, 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 wussy! It's that dude. Yep, I knew it.
Silence.
Silence. That's his name. Oh shit. Oh, those are ours on our side. Yeah, buddy.
Traitor!
Your mama's a traitor. Running a little late tonight, guys. See what happens here.
So you're here. Really here.
Yep.
You risked your life.
Yep.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac.
Hey, there we go.
He sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you find me? You can't override machines. Helis recognized you. I need to help the Nora. Oh, we got to do that too. I've got to help the Nora. How did you find me?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy. It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right.
All right.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to.
Oh, I got some new armor?
Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! Now what? Terror of the Sun. Wow, that gave me 11,000 points. Anyway, I think this is a good place to end for tonight. Need to find a good place to save first. All right behind me. I'll be back tomorrow night with more. What is tonight? Monday, Tuesday, yeah. I'll be back tomorrow night with more of this. Looks like... I wonder if this place up here opened up yet. I can't tell. That's going to be probably part of the main quest. I've got to go back to her homelands here and save everybody first. To the All-Mother. Anyway, I'll be doing that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Till then, leave a follow if you haven't already. You can support my channel if you can with PayPal or Patreon. It's in the links below. And thanks for sticking around, Blue Jay. Have a good one, guys. Adios.
Dust feels